Act 1 of Berenice by Jean Racine. Translated by Robert Bruce Boswell. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Introduction to Berenice. Unknown to each other, both Corneille and Racine had been requested by Henrietta, Duchess of Orleans, the daughter of our Charles I, to write a tragedy on the parting of Titus and Berenice, and both poets fell in with the suggestion. It is said that she had a personal motive in doing so, inasmuch as tender passages had occurred between herself and Louis XIV. Though a finer tragedy than Corneille's Tite et Berenice, Racine's play is, taken as a whole, decidedly tedious, and the criticism which was pronounced upon it by a candid friend, in the words of a well-known song, is hardly too severe. Marion pleure, Marion crie, Marion veut qu'on la marie, which may be rendered, why does Mary cry so sadly? Mary wants a husband badly. The first performance seems to have taken place in 1670, or early in the following year. Characters.
Titus, Emperor of Rome, read by Adrian Stevens.
Berenice, Queen of Palestine, read by Wendy Katz-Hiller.
Antiochus, King of Commagene, read by Todd.
Paulinus, a friend of Titus, read by Tchaikovsky.
Arsaces, friend of Antiochus, read by Alan Mapstone.
Berenice, a friend of Berenice, read by Jen Broda.
Rutilus, a Roman, read by Larry Wilson.
Stage directions, read by Sonia. The scene is laid at Rome, in a chamber between the apartments of Titus and those of Berenice. Berenice, Act 1. Scene 1. Antiochus, Arsaces.
Let us stay here a moment. All this pomp is a new sight to you, my Arsaces. This chamber so superb and so secluded is ofttimes privy to the emperor's secrets. Hither he sometimes from the court retires, to pour his passion forth into the ears of Berenice. Through this door he passes from his apartments. That one leads to hers. Go, tell her I regret to trouble her, but must entreat a secret interview.
To trouble her, my lord? And you her friend, so true and generous in your care for her? Her lover once, Antiochus, whom all the East holds great among her greatest monarchs? What? Though in hope she shares the throne with Titus, is she so far removed in rank from you?
Go, nor concern yourself with other matters. See if I soon may speak with her in private.
Scene 2. Antiochus.
Antiochus, art thou the same as ever? Canst say to her, I love thee, without trembling? I quake already, and my throbbing heart dreads now as much as it desired this moment. Has not fair Berenice slain my hopes, and did she not enjoin eternal silence? 5 years have they been dead, and till this day my passion has assumed the mask of friendship. Can I expect the destined bride of Titus to hear me better than in Palestine? He weds her. Have I then until this hour delayed to come and own me still her lover? What fruit will follow from a rash confession? Since part we must, let's part without displeasure. I will withdraw unseen, and from her sight go, to forget her, or perchance to die. What? Suffer torments that she knows not of for ever, and for ever feed on tears? Fear to offend her now when losing her? And why, fair queen, should I incur thine anger? Come, I ask you to resign the throne of empire, and to love me? Nay, I come only to say that, flattered for so long by hope that obstacles might cross my rival, to-day I find he can do all, and Hymen has lit his torch. Vain all my constancy, after 5 years of love and wasted hopes, I leave thee faithful still, though hope be dead. Can that displease her? Nay, she needs must pity. In any case, I can hold out no longer. And wherefore should a hopeless lover fear, who is resolved to see her never more?
Scene 3. Antiochus Arsaces.
Have we admittance?
I have seen the Queen, but hard it was to struggle through the crowd that surged around of ever fresh adorers, attracted by the news of coming greatness. Titus, 8 days in strict seclusion spent, ceases at length to mourn his father's loss, and gives himself once more to amorous cares. And, may I trust the rumours of the court, perhaps ere nightfall happy Berenice shall change the name of Queen for that of Empress.
Alas!
Can this report disturb my lord?
So then I cannot speak with her alone?
Sire, you shall see her. I have told the Queen you wish to have a secret interview, and with a look she deigned to grant assent, willing to lend herself to your entreaty. Doubtless she waits a favourable moment to escape from troublesome congratulations.
'Tis well. But has my Arsaces neglected none of the weighty matters he was charged with?
You know, my lord, my prompt obedience. Ships have been fitted out at Ostia, ready to quit the port at any moment, and stay but for your orders. But I know not whom you are sending back to Comminges.
When I have seen her, then departure follows.
Who must depart?
Myself.
You?
When I leave this palace, I leave Rome, and that for ever.
Your words surprise me, and with justice, sire. After Queen Berenice for so long has forced you to forsake your throne and country, detaining you for 3 whole years at Rome, and when this queen, her victory achieved, expects your presence at her royal nuptials, when amorous Titus, giving her his hand, surrounds her with a glory which reflects its light on you?
Let her enjoy her fortune. We've talked enough. Pray, leave me, Arsaces.
I understand you, sire. These dignities have made the Queen ungrateful for your kindness. Friendship betrayed brings hatred in its train.
No, Arsaces, I never held her dearer.
Has then the Emperor, dazzled with new splendour, ventured to slight you? Does his waning favour warn you to take your flight from him and Rome?
Titus is constant as a friend can be. I should do wrong to blame him.
Why depart then? Some fancy makes you your own enemy. Heaven places on the throne a prince who loves you, who erst was witness to your valiant prowess, when in his steps you followed death and glory, who, aided by your valour, in the end reduced beneath his yoke the rebel Jews. With mingled pride and pain he well remembers the day that closed the long and doubtful siege. The enemy, upon their triple rampart, watched at their ease our ineffectual efforts, and all in vain we plied the battering ram. You alone, bearing a ladder, brought death and destruction as you scaled their walls. That day had well nigh proved your last, and Titus embraced you, lying wounded in my arms, while Rome's victorious legions wept your fall. And now the time is come for you to reap the fruit of all the blood they saw you shed. If, eager to behold your realm again, you weary of a life without a sceptre, can you not wait at least till, honour laden from Caesar's triumph, Glad Euphrates greet you with such additions to your royal title as Rome bestows in token of her friendship. Can naught prevail to change your purpose, sire? You answer nothing.
What wouldst have me say? I wait to have a word with Berenice.
And then, my lord?
Hers will decide my fate.
How, sire?
I wait to learn from her own lips the truth or falsehood of the voice of rumour that seats her on the imperial throne with Titus. If she is pledged to wed him, I go hence.
And why so fatal in your eyes, this marriage?
The rest I'll tell you after we are gone.
In what perplexity your words involve me.
She comes. Farewell. Do all that I have said.
Scene 4. Berenice, Antiochus, Phoenice.
At last from these oppressive gratulations I steal away, from friends made mine by fortune, escaping from their vain and tedious homage, to find a friend whose words come from his heart. I'll not deny it, that my just impatience blamed you for some degree of negligence. Why does Antiochus, said I, whose care for me has had for witness Rome and Asia, constant and true, whatever crossed my path, in close attendance on my varied fortunes, why, when to-day heaven seems to promise me an honor that I fain would share with him, hides he himself, and leaves me to the mercy of stranger crowds?
'Tis true then, madam, is it? Am I to understand from what you say that your long wooing is to end in marriage?
I will confide to you my late alarms. The last few days not without tears I've spent. The mourning Titus on his court imposed had held his love suspended e'en in secret. No more for me that ardor he displayed when by my eyes entranced the livelong day he sat, and sighed, and could not speak for tears. He bade me for a while a sad farewell. Think how I must have grieved, whose fervent passion adores him for himself alone, as ofttimes to you I've owned, who, were his state as mean as 'tis exalted, would have chosen him but for his virtues.
Has he now resumed his amorous suit?
You witnessed how last night the Senate, seconding his pious cares, enrolled his father as a deity. His filial duty, satisfied thereby, has given place to love and care for me. E'en at this moment, though he told me not of his intention, his command has gathered the Senate, that the bounds of Palestine may beyond Syria and Arabia reach, and, if I may believe his friend's report, and his own promise sworn 1,000 times, he will crown Berenice queen of all, adding to other titles that of empress. Hither he comes himself for my assurance.
And I am come to bid farewell for ever.
Farewell for ever? What is this you say? Prince, you look pale, and trouble dims your eye.
Yes, I must leave you.
What? May I not know the reason?
Antiochus aside.
Without seeing her again, 'twere better to have gone.
What fear you? Speak. Why keep me in suspense? What mystery surrounds this parting?
'Tis to your command I bow, remember, as you hear me now for the last time. If from your present greatness your memory recalls your birthplace, madam, you cannot have forgotten that my heart there felt love's arrows first from your sweet eyes. Agrippa gave his sanction to my passion, and, as your brother, spoke on my behalf. Nor seemed you angry at the suit so urged. But to my loss came Titus, saw, and won your admiration, dazzled by a hero who carried in his hands the wrath of Rome. Judea quailed before him, and I fell the earliest victim of his vanquished foes. Soon did your lips, making my fate more bitter, bid mine be silent. Long did I dispute that cruel sentence. With my eyes I spoke, followed you everywhere with sighs and tears. At last your rigour turned the trembling scale. I must conceal my passion or be banished. You made me swear obedience to that compact. But I confess, e'en at that very moment, when you extorted promise so unfair, I swore that I would never cease to love you.
Alas, what words are these?
5 years have I quelled mine own heart, and will be silent still. I followed my victorious rival's arms, and hoped, since tears were vain, that I might shed my blood, or that my name, by many a feat renowned, might reach your ears, deaf to my voice. Heaven seemed disposed to end my misery. You mourned my death, but a worse fate was mine, and, disappointed, I survived the danger. The Emperor's valour more than matched my rage. His merit I must own with true esteem. Though near in prospect gleamed the imperial sceptre, the darling of the universe, and loved by you, he seemed the mark for every blow, whilst hopeless, scorned, and weary of his life, his hapless rival followed where he led. I see your heart echoes my praise of him in secret, and attentive to my tale of woe, you hear me now with less regret, for Titus' sake forgiving all the rest. At last the long and cruel siege was o'er. He tamed the rebels left by feuds intestine, by fire and famine, bleeding, sick, and pale, and laid their ramparts low 'neath heaps of ruins. Rome saw you with the conqueror arrive. How in my desert home I pined and languished! Long stayed I, roaming about Caesarea, those charming gardens where I learned to love you, and made my quest for you through your dominions sad at your absence, sought to trace your steps, and wept my failure, till in mere despair, mastered by grief, I turned towards Italy, where fate reserved for me her latest stroke. Titus, embracing me, brought me to you. A veil of friendship so deceived you both that you revealed your love to me who loved you. But still some lingering hope soothed my displeasure. Rome and Vespasian frowned upon your sighs. For all his conquests Titus might be foiled. The sire is dead, and now the son is master. Why fled I not at once? Some days I wished wherein to watch the progress of affairs. My cup is full of sorrow, yours of joy. You, without me, will have enough to witness your happiness with glad congratulations. I, who could only add ill-omened tears, too constant victim of a fruitless love, relieved to tell this story of my woes, stained by no wild revenge, to her who caused them, depart, although I love you more than ever.
I would not have believed that on this day, which is to join my destiny with Caesar's, I could have suffered, mortal, unrebuked, to tell me to my face he is my lover. But friendship kept me silent. For its sake I pardoned language that might well offend me, nor checked the torrent of unjust upbraiding. Yet more, I grieve to hear that we must part. Heaven knows that in the midst of all my honors I yearned for one thing more, that you might witness my joy. Like all the world, I held your virtues esteemed. My Titus met your admiration with warm regard, and many a time I joyed as if with Titus when I talked with you.
'Tis this that wings my flight. I shun, too late, converse wherein you give no thought to me. I fly from Titus, from a name that tortures each moment that your cruel lips repeat it. Shall I say more? I cannot bear those eyes whose absent gaze seem fixed upon another. Farewell. Your image in my heart abides. I go to wait for death, still loving you. But fear not that my passion so deluded will make the world resound with my misfortunes. The tidings of a death that I desire alone will tell you that I lived so long. Farewell.
Scene 5. Berenice, Phoenice.
Ah, how I pity him! Such faith deserved a happier lot. Madam, do you not pity him?
This sudden parting leaves me, I own it, my Phoenix, secret sorrow.
I would have kept him back.
I keep him back? Nay, I should rather force me to forget him. Wouldst have me then encourage a mad passion?
Not yet has Titus all his heart unbosomed. With eyes of jealousy Rome sees you, madam. I dread for you the rigor of her laws. They count a foreign marriage a disgrace. All monarchs Rome detests, and Berenice is one.
The time is gone when I could tremble. The emperor loves me, and his word has power unlimited. He'll see the Senate bring me their homage, and the people crown his statues with garlands. Have you seen this night's rare splendor? Are not your eyes filled with its dazzling glory? That funeral pyre, the darkness lost in light of blazing torches, armies with their eagles, long lines of lictors, consuls, senators, a crowd of kings, and all with glory borrowed from Titus. Gold and purple which enhanced his majesty, and bays that crowned the victor. All eyes of visitors from every land turning their eager gaze on him alone, that noble carriage and that air benign. Good gods! With what affection and respect all hearts assured him of their loyalty! Could any then behold him and not think, as I did, that, however lowly born, the world would still have owned him as its master? But whither does my fond remembrance wander? All Rome, Phoenix, at this very moment offers her vows for Titus, and with smoke of sacrifice inaugurates his reign. Why should we linger? Let us add our prayers for his success to heaven that watches over him. Then straightway, without waiting to be summoned, I'll seek him, and in loving colloquy say all that warm affection, long repressed, inspires in hearts contented with each other.
End of Act 1. Act 2 of Berenice by Jean Racine. Translated by Robert Bruce Boswell. This is the LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 2, Scene 1. Titus, Paulinus, attendants.
Has come again's monarch been informed that I desire to see him?
To the queen I went, and found the prince had been with her, but he was gone or ever I arrived. I have left word to let him know your wishes.
'Tis well. And what does she, Queen Berenice?
The queen this moment, grateful for your goodness, loads heaven with prayers for your prosperity. She is gone forth, my lord.
Too kind a princess, alas.
Why breathe for her that sigh of sorrow? When well nigh all the east will bow before her, needs she your pity?
Let us talk in private.
Scene 2. Titus, Paulinus.
Rome, still uncertain of my purpose, waits to learn the future fortune of the queen. The secrets of her heart and mine, Paulinus, are now become the theme of every tongue. 'Tis time that I should make my meaning plain. What says the public voice of her and me? Tell me, what hear you?
By all lips, my liege, I hear your virtues and her beauty praised.
What say they of the sighs I breathe for her? What end expect they of a love so faithful?
Naught balks your power. Love on, or quench this passion. The court will be subservient to your wishes.
Ah, yes, I know the court is insincere, too ready always to contend its masters, approving e'en Nero's horrid crimes. I've seen them on their knees adore his madness. I will not take for judge a servile court. I'll play my part upon a nobler stage, and, without giving ear to flattery's voice, I wish to hear the heart of Rome through you, as you have promised, fear and reverence. Close me the door to murmurs and complaint. For better eyes and ears, my dear Paulinus, to you I make appeal, and borrow yours. 'Tis this return I ask for private friendship, that what my people feel you should express, that through the mists of flattery the truth should reach me, thanks to your sincerity. Speak, then, for what must Berenice look? Will Rome to her show harshness or indulgence? Am I to think that she would be offended were queen so fair to grace the imperial throne?
Doubt not, my lord, be it reason or caprice. Rome will be loath to have her for an empress. They know her charms, and own that hand so fair may seem to you worthy to wield your sceptre. No Roman dame, say they, has heart more noble. She has 1,000 virtues, but, my lord, she is a queen. Rome, by a changeless law, admits no foreign blood with hers to mingle. Nor will she recognize the lawless issue of unions which our custom have forbidden. Rome too, you know, when banishing her kings, condemned that name, so sacred hitherto, to the black stigma of eternal hatred. And though she stoops submissive to her Caesars, that hatred, the last relic of her pride, survives in hearts whence freedom has departed. Julius, whose marital glory first subdued her, and drowned the voice of law mid din of arms, smitten with Cleopatra's beauty, feared to wed her, and in Egypt left her lonely to mourn his absence. Antony, whose love made her his idol, in her lap forgot country and fame, yet dared not call her wife. Rome tracked the traitor to his charmer's knees, nor let her vengeful fury be disarmed, till she had overwhelmed the amorous pair. Since then, my lord, Caligula and Nero, monsters whose very name I blush to mention, whose outward aspect only showed them human, who trampled under foot all other laws, feared this one only, and refrained from lighting before our eyes a hymeneal torch hateful to Rome. You bade me speak with frankness. We've seen the brother of the freedman Pallas, Felix, whose back still bears the brand of Claudius, become the husband of 2 foreign queens, and, if I needs must tell unvarnished truth, both queens were of the blood of Berenice. Think you that Rome without offence could see, partner of Caesar's bed, this eastern princess, whose countrymen beheld one of our slaves leave chains and fetters for their queen's caresses? Thus public feeling views your present passion. Nor am I sure that ere this sun is set, the Senate will not in the name of Rome repeat to you what I have dared to say, and the whole city, falling at your feet, add their entreaties for a choice more worthy of you and them. Weigh well what you will answer.
Ah, what a love they wish me to renounce!
That love is ardent, I must e'en confess it.
Stronger 1,000 times than you can think. It has become to me a needful pleasure to see her every day and win her favour. Yet more, no secrets have I with Paulinus. How oft has heaven received my warmest thanks for her, that she embraced my father's side. In Edom, and beneath his banners ranged the armies of the East, and all mankind, rousing entrusted to his peaceful sway. Rome, drunk with blood, I wished my father's throne, e'en I, Paulinus, who to save his life would willingly have died, had fate consented to lengthen out the thread of his existence. And all in hopes, how ill a lover knows what he desires, to share that throne with her, her love and loyalty to recognize, and lay my heart with all the world before her, in spite of all my love and all her beauty, after so many oaths, so many tears. Now, when I have the power to crown such charms, now, when my heart adores her more than ever, and can, united to her own in marriage, pay one day the vows of 5 long years. I am about, ye gods, how shall I say it?
What, sire?
To part from her for evermore. This moment only seals my heart's surrender. If I desired to hear your frank avowal, 'twas only that your zeal might aid in secret the extinction of a love with anguish silenced. Long has fair Berenice held the balance, suspended, and if glory outweighs passion, believe me, it has been a desperate conflict, from which my heart will bleed for many a day. Calm was life's ocean when love's bark I launched. The sceptre of the world by other hands was swayed. Consulting no one but myself, free felt I to indulge each amorous sigh. But scarce had heaven recalled my father's spirit, and I, with sad farewell, had closed his eyes, when I awoke from that fool's paradise. I felt the burden that was laid upon me. I knew that soon, instead of soft indulgence, I should be called on to renounce myself, and that heaven's choice, thwarting the course of love, would make the world henceforth engross my care. Today Rome watches my new line of conduct. What shame for me, for her what evil omen, if at my first step all her claims I spurned, and based my happiness upon the ruin of ancient laws. Bent on this sacrifice, I wished to break the blow to Berenice, but where can I begin? These last 8 days, how oft have I been minded to disclose my purpose, and each time my tongue refused to speak a single word, as if 'twere frozen within my mouth. I hoped the pain I felt might give her warning of our common woe, but touched by my alarm, all unsuspecting, she sought to dry the tears whose source she knew not, and naught foreboded less than that a love, so well deserved, was drawing to an end. At length, this morning, I have steeled my heart to tell the truth. Paulinus, I must see her. I wait to ask Anticus to take this precious charge, no longer mine to guard, back to the eastern clime from which she came. Tomorrow Rome shall see the Queen depart with him. Soon she shall learn her fate from me, when for the last time we converse together.
I thought no less from that heroic soul which victory has followed everywhere. Captive Judea and her smoking ramparts, eternal monuments of noble courage, assured me well enough you would not mar that fame that you have won by feats of arms, and that the victor of so many nations sooner or later would subdue his passions.
Under what specious names does glory mask her cruel will? How would her charms seem fairer, were it but death she called on me to face? Till now, 'twas Berenice who inspired the ardour that I felt for her attractions. You know that once renown no lustre shed around my name, brought up at Nero's court, my youth by ill example led astray, too prone to heed the voice of self-indulgence, scorned nobler aims, Paulinus. Berenice enthralled my heart. What cannot love achieve, to please the loved one, and to win though vanquished? I spent my blood, all to my sword gave way. Triumphant I returned, but tears and blood sufficed not to deserve my lady's favour. 1,000 wretches blessed the aid I brought them. On every side they saw my bounty spread, and I was happy more than you can guess, when in her eyes I read warm approbation of countless hearts won by my benefits. I owe her all. And what reward is hers? That debt about to be flung back upon her, as recompense for virtues so unrivalled. My tongue will say, Depart, see me no more.
What, sire, is all that new-born grandeur nothing, which to Euphrates will extend her power? Honours so great as to surprise the Senate, 100 tribes added to her dominion, are novel tokens of ingratitude.
Weak trifles to engage so great a sorrow? I know too well how Berenice's heart craves nothing but mine own. I loved her fondly, and she was beloved as well. Since that glad day, should I not rather call it most disastrous, loving me only for myself in Rome, a stranger, unfamiliar with my court, she lives without a wish but for the hour when she may see my face, meanwhile content to wait. And if at times my footstep lingers, and I appear not at the expected moment, I find her, when I come, all bathed in tears, which long refuse my efforts to dispel them. All the most binding ties of love, reproaches, that sweetly merge in transports of delight, dashed with fresh fears, charms unconstrained by art, beauty and virtue, all I find in her. For 5 whole years have I beheld her daily, and every day her face wears new attractions. No more I'll think of it. Let's go, Paulinus. My resolution wavers while we linger. Great heavens, that I should greet her with such tidings! Once more, let's go. I must not hesitate. I know my duty. 'Tis for me to follow, without concern whether I live or die.
Scene 3. Titus, Paulinus, Rutilus.
The Queen, your Majesty, would speak with you.
Ah, Paulinus.
Drawing back already? Remember, sire, your noble resolution. Now is the time.
We'll see her. Let her come.
Scene 4. Titus, Berenice, Paulinus, Phenice.
Be not offended if my zeal outruns discretion and disturbs your privacy, while your court, gathering around, repeat the favours showered so freely on my head. Sir, is it right that I at such a moment should stay alone, and gratitude be silent? I know your friend sincere, nor need I shun his presence, well acquainted as he is with our heart's secret. You have done with mourning, naught hinders you, and yet you seek me not. I hear you offer me another sceptre, but from yourself I hear no word of it. Let us have more repose and less display. Is your love dumb except before the Senate? Ah, Titus, for my heart disowns those titles of majesty which fear and reverence prompt. Why should your love be burdened with such cares? Are crowns the only prize that it can offer? How long have you supposed I covet grandeur? A sigh, a look, a word that falls from you are all the ambition of a heart like mine. See me more often, and come empty-handed. Is all your time devoted to your empire? 8 days have passed, and have you naught to tell me? One word would reassure this timid heart. But was your speech of me when I surprised you? Were my concerns the subject of discourse? Was I, at least, sir, present to your thought?
Of that you may be sure, for heaven is witness that Berenice is before me always. Nor time, nor absence, once again I swear it, can banish you from my adoring soul.
Why, what is this? You swear eternal ardour, but even while you swear are cold as ice. Why make appeal to heaven's omnipotence? What need have I of oaths to strengthen trust? I have no wish to think you false, my lord, and will believe the witness of a sigh.
Madam.
I listen, but without reply you turn away your eyes and seem perplexed. Why is your countenance so full of woe? Will you forever mourn your father's death? Can nothing charm away this gnawing sorrow?
Ah, would to heaven my father yet were living! How happy should I be!
Sir, this regret does honour to your filial piety, but to his memory your tears have paid due tribute. Other cares you owe to Rome. I dare not say how much your glory moves my own concern. Once I could soothe your troubles, and Berenice's voice you heard with pleasure. For your sake vexed with manifold misfortunes, a word from you has made me check my tears. You mourn a father, 'tis a common sorrow, while I, the bare remembrance makes me shudder, so nearly torn from him whom more than life I loved, the anguish of whose heart you know, when parted from my Titus for a moment, I, who would die if banished from your sight, never to see you more.
Alas, what say you? Why choose this time? Pray cease for pity's sake. Your kindness crushes an ungrateful wretch.
Ungrateful? Can it be that you are that? Are you so weary of my tenderness?
No, never. Since I must the truth confess, my heart burns now with fiercer flames than ever. But...
Speak.
Alas!
Go on.
Rome and the Empire.
Well, sir?
Let's go, Paulinus. I am dumb.
Scene 5. Berenice, Phenice.
So soon to leave me, and without a word? A doleful meeting truly, dear Phoenix. What have I done? What means he by this silence?
Like you, I'm puzzled to account for it. Does nothing to your memory occur which may have raised a prejudice against you? Consider well.
Alas, you may believe me, the more I wish to bring to mind the past from the first day I saw him till this hour, the only fault I find is too much fondness. You heard us. Tell me frankly, my Phoenix, did I say anything that could displease him? I know not if, perchance with too much heat, I scorned his gifts, or blamed the grief that vexed him. Is it his people's hatred that he dreads? He fears, it may be, to espouse a queen. Alas, if that were true, it cannot be. 100 times at least he has assured me he slights their cruel laws. Why does he not explain so harsh a silence? This suspense will kill me. How could I endure to live neglected, feeling I had him offended? Let us go after him. But through my brain flashes a thought that may the source reveal of this disorder. Has he learned where loves Antiochus? Can that have moved his anger? I heard the king was summoned to his presence. Why further seek for cause of my distress? Doubtless this trouble that has so alarmed me is but a light suspicion, which with ease may be disarmed. This feeble victory brings me no pride, my Titus. Would to heaven a rival worthier of your jealous fears might try my faith, and offer empire wider than Rome can boast to pay me for my love, while you had naught to give me but yourself. Then would you see, victorious and beloved, how much I prize your heart, my dearest Titus. Come, let us go. One word will clear his doubts. Let me take courage. I can please him still. Too soon have I counted myself unhappy. Titus must love me, if his heart is jealous.
End of Act 2. Act 3 of Berenice by Jean Racine. Translated by Robert Bruce Boswell. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 3, Scene 1. Titus, Antiochus, Arsaces.
So you would leave us, Prince? What sudden reason speeds your departure? Shall I say your flight? Would you have gone in secret, without taking our farewell wishes? Is it as a foe you quit us? What will Rome then say to this? I, as your friend, my court, and all the empire, wherein have I offended? Did I treat you without distinction, just like other kings? While yet my father lived, my heart was yours. That was the only present I could make you. Now, when my hand can open with my heart, you shun the favours I would fain bestow. Think you, the hazards of the past forgotten, my present grandeur every thought engrosses, and all my friends, fast fading in the distance, wanted no longer, are accounted strangers? Of you, dear prince, who thus would steal away, my need is greater than it ever was.
Of me?
Of you.
Alas! What can you look for from one so luckless, sire, but useless wishes?
Can I forget, prince, that my victory owed half its glory to your valiant deeds? That in the train of captives Rome beheld more than one vanquished by Antiochus, and laid up in the capital she saw spoils that your hands had taken from the Jews? These brave achievements are enough for me. No further claim I make but on your counsel. I know that Berenice, to your care a debtor, has in you a faithful friend. Her eyes and ears are given to you alone. In Rome you share with us one heart and soul. For friendship's sake, so constant and devoted, exert the influence that you have with her. See her for me.
I? Nay, I cannot face her. She has received my last farewell for ever.
Prince, speak to her again on my behalf.
Plead your own cause, my lord. The Queen adores you. Why should you at this hour deny yourself the pleasure of so charming an avowal? She waits you with impatience. I will answer for her obedience with my parting breath. Ready to yield consent, herself has told me that when you see her next, 'twill be to woo her.
Ah, would I could thus confess my passion! To do so would be happiness indeed. My love was ready to burst forth to-day, this very day when I, dear prince, must leave her.
Leave her, my lord?
Such my sad destiny. For her and Titus is no longer hope of wedlock. Vainly that sweet thought has lured me. To-morrow, prince, she must depart with you.
Heavens! What is this?
Pity the power that galls me, Lord of the universe. I rule its fortunes, I set up kings and cast them down at will. Yet can I not of mine own heart dispose? Rome, the eternal foe of royal titles, disdains a beauty born to wear the purple, the glitter of a crown and long descent from kingly sires are in her eyes a scandal to smirch my flame. This heart of mine is free to rove elsewhere and choose the meanest bride of Roman blood, nor need I dread a murmur to mar the shouts of welcome and delight. The mighty Julius could not stem that tide which sweeps me on. If Rome to-morrow sees not the Queen's departure, she will hear the people demand of me her instant banishment. Let us then spare ourselves that base affront, and yield, since yield we must, without disgrace. My 8 days' silence and averted eyes will have prepared her for this sad announcement. E'en at this moment, restless and excited, she longs to learn my purpose from myself. Soothe the keen anguish of a tortured lover, and spare me the sore task of explanation. Go, make her understand my troubled silence, and why it is I must avoid her presence. Be you sole witness of her tears and mine. Take her my last farewell, and bring me hers. I shrink from parting words and looks of sadness, which might o'erthrow my tottering resolution. If I can ease her misery to know that in my soul her image lives and reigns, assure her, Prince, that faithful to the end, my broken heart, banished from happiness no less than she, and bearing to the tomb her name beloved, will, like a captive bird, pine for release, as long as heaven that tears her from me may protract my weary life. You, Prince, whom friendship's ties alone have bound to her, forsake her not in her affliction. By you escorted to her eastern realms, let her appear in triumph, not in flight, and to confirm a friendship so devoted, and keep my name fresh in your memories, let your dominions reach each other's borders. Euphrates only shall divide your kingdoms. I know the Senate holds your name so honoured. They with one voice will ratify this gift. I join Cilicia to your come again. Farewell. Desert her not, my Berenice, queen of my heart, sole object of desire, whom only I can love till I expire.
Scene 2. Antiochus, Arsaces.
Thus is kind heaven prepared to do you justice. You will leave Rome, sire, but with Berenice. You force her not away, they to your hands consign her.
Give me time, my good Arsaces. The change is great, and my surprise extreme. Titus to me resigns his dearest treasure? Gods! Can I credit what mine ears have heard? And should my heart be glad, could I believe it?
And what am I, my lord, to think of you? With what fresh hindrance is your joy confronted? Did you deceive me when just now, at parting, still moved with anguish at a last farewell, you told me all your heart had dared to tell her, and trembled at your own audacity? 'Twas her impending marriage urged your flight. That fear removed, what care can trouble you? Follow where love invites your willing footsteps.
With her safe conduct I am charged, my friend, and sweet intercourse shall long enjoy. Her eyes will grow accustomed to the sight of mine, and learn, perchance, how much my ardour, so persevering, makes the suit of Titus seem weak and cold. Here all his grandeur daunts me. In Rome naught else is seen besides his splendour. But though his name in the East renowned, the traces of my glory too are there for her to see.
Ay, fortune favours you.
Ah, how we mock ourselves with self-deception!
Why, what deception?
Could I ever please her, or Berenice cease to thwart my love? Would she let fall a word to ease my pain? Think you that she, in her unhappiness, though all the world besides should slight her charms, would thank me for my tears, or condescend so far as to accept the zealous service which she should feel she owed to my affection?
And who can better solace her disgrace? Her prospect now is changed from what it was. Titus forsakes her.
Ah, this turn of fortune will bring me nothing but an added torture, to learn how much she loves him from her tears. I shall behold her grief, and pity her myself. The fruit of all my love will be to see her weep, but not, alas, for me.
Why thus continue to torment yourself? Was ever known a noble heart more feeble? Open your eyes and see how many reasons must move fair Berenice to be yours. Now that no longer Titus courts her favour, she will perforce accept your hand, my master.
And why perforce?
Give her some days to weep. Let the first sobs of grief be unrestrained. Then all will work for you. Vexation, vengeance, his absence and your presence, time itself. Her single hand too weak to wield 3 sceptres, your realm so ready to be joined with hers, interest, reason, friendship all unites you.
I breathe once more. You give me back my life. With joy I hail a presage so agreeable. Why tarry? Let my mission be discharged. I'll see the Queen, and since the task is mine, tell her that Titus has deserted her. But stay, what would I do? Is it for me to take upon myself such cruel errand? My heart revolts, whether from love or pity. Shall my dear Berenice hear from me she is forsaken? Who would e'er have guessed it, that such a word should strike upon her ear?
Her indignation would all fall on Titus, and if you speak, 'twill be at her desire.
No, let us not intrude upon her sorrow. Let others come to tell her of her misfortune. Do you not think it will be hard enough for her to hear how Titus spurns her from him, without the further bitterness of learning his scornful treatment from a rival's lips? Once more let's fly, nor by such evil tidings incur the weight of her undying hatred.
Ah, here she comes. Now to your part, my lord.
Good heavens!
Scene 3. Berenice, Antiochus, Arsaces, Phenice.
Why, how is this? I thought you gone.
I see that you are disappointed, madam, and it was Caesar that you here expected. Him must you blame, if, spite of my farewell, my presence still offends unwilling eyes. I should, perhaps, have been ere now at Ostia, had not his orders kept me at his court.
Your presence, then, he welcomes. Mine he shuns.
He has detained me but to speak of you.
Of me, Prince?
Yes, of you.
What could he say?
1,000 others are more fit to tell you.
What, sir?
Suspend, dear madam, your resentment. Another, far from seeking to be silent, perhaps would triumph, and with ready boldness might gladly yield to your impatient wish. But I, whose heart shrinks ever, as you know, from wounding feelings dearer than mine own, would rather risk displeasure than distress you, dreading your sorrow even more than anger. Ere sunset you will justify my silence. Madam, farewell.
What words are these? Stay, Prince. I cannot hide my trouble from your eye. You see before you a distracted queen. Speak but 2 words, for I am sick at heart. You fear, say you, to trouble my repose? This cruel reticence spares me no pain. It pierces deep. It stirs my wrath, my hatred. Sir, if you hold my peace of mind so precious, if ever I myself to you was dear, lighten this darkness that you see o'erwhelms me. Tell me what Titus said.
For heaven's sake, madam.
Do you so little fear to disobey me?
To tell the truth would be to make you hate me.
Speak, I command you.
Gods, what vehemence! Once more, believe me, you will praise my silence.
This moment, Prince, comply with what I ask, or be assured that I shall always hate you.
That sentence, madam, shall release my tongue. Since you will have it so, I must content you, but do not be deceived. I have to tell of troubles peradventure little dreamed of. I know your heart. You must expect a blow to strike it where your feeling is most tender. Titus commands me—
What?
To let you know that you must part forever from each other.
Part? He and I? Titus from Berenice?
Yet at the same time I must do him justice. All the repugnance that a generous heart can feel when love is vanquished by despair, I've seen in him. He worships while he weeps, but he is convinced 'tis vain to love you longer. Rome holds the very name of queen suspected. Yes, you and he must part. You leave tomorrow.
Part? Oh, Venus!
You must show, dear madam, the greatness of your soul. This sudden blow is doubtless hard to bear, and well may stun you.
Titus forsake me? All his vows forgotten? Titus who swore to me? I'll not believe it. Honor forbids him so to cast me off. It is a slander on his innocence, a trap to tear two loving hearts asunder. Too dear he holds me to desire my death. Come, I will see him, speak with him forthwith. Come, let us go.
Is falsehood in my face?
Too much you wish it true, sir, to persuade me. No, I believe you not. Be it as it may, take heed you never see my face again.
To Berenice.
Do not desert me in this dire distress. I struggle hard to keep myself deluded.
Scene 4. Antiochus Arsaces.
Heard I aright, or did my ears deceive me? Me did she bid, me, ne'er to see her more? I'll take good care of that. Was I not leaving, had Titus not detained me 'gainst my will? Yes, I must go. Get ready, Arsaces. Her hatred, wherewithal she thinks to blast me, strikes off my chains. Just now you saw a lover departing, jealous with a wild despair. Now, with this warning ringing in mine ears, I'll go, methinks, in proud indifference.
There is less need to leave her now than ever.
Shall I then stay to see myself disdained, and bear the blame of Caesar's cruelty? See myself punished because he offends? With what injustice and unworthy scorn she tells me to my face that I'm dishonest! For thanks she taxes me with perfidy, saying that I'm a traitor, he is true. And when, forsooth? Just at the bitter moment when I was settling forth my rival's tears, when to console her I presented Titus more tenderly attached than truth may warrant.
Why vex yourself, my lord, with thoughts like these? Give to this angry torrent time to flow. A week, or at the most a month, will dry it. Only remain.
No, Arsaces, I leave her. Her sorrow might excite my sympathy. My peace, my honour urge me to be gone. Let us fly far enough from Berenice to hear her very name no longer mentioned. Still there is time, the day is not yet spent. I'll seek my palace, there to wait for you. Haste, see how she supports this crushing blow. Until I know she lives, I cannot go.
End of Act 3. Act 4 of Berenice by Jean Racine. Translated by Robert Bruce Boswell. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 4, Scene 1. Berenice.
Venus comes not. Tantalizing moments, how slow ye seem to my impatient wishes! Restless I pace this floor, faint, sick at heart. Strength fails me, yet it kills me to be quiet. Venus comes not! Ah, how this delay appalls my heart with a too fatal presage! Venus has no answer to bring back. Titus, ungrateful Titus, will not hear her. He seeks in flight a refuge from my fury.
Scene 2. Berenice, Phoenice.
Well, dear Venus, have you seen the Emperor? What says he? Will he come?
Yes, I have seen him, and painted your distress in darkest tints. Tears he would fain have checked flowed from his eyes.
And comes he?
He will come, doubt it not, madam. But will you show yourself in this disorder? Calm yourself, dearest lady, be composed. Let me replace the veil that from its place has slipped, and smooth this too dishevelled hair. No trace of weeping must your charms disfigure.
Nay, let them be, Venus. He shall see his handiwork. What boots this vain apparel? If my true love, my tears and sighs, nor they alone, but certain death whose near approach I feel, avail not to recall him to me, will your superfluous cares be more successful, aiding attractions that have ceased to move him?
Why will you load him with unjust reproaches? I hear a step, dear madam. It is Caesar's. This place is public. Haste to your apartments. There you in private may converse together.
Scene 3. Titus, Paulinus, attendants.
Do what you can to soothe the queen, Paulinus. Tell her I'm coming. I would be alone a moment. Let them leave me.
Paulinus aside.
How I fear this conflict. May the gods protect his glory and Rome's. I'll see the queen.
Scene 4. Titus.
What dost thou, Titus? How rash art thou thus to seek Berenice? Art thou prepared to take a last farewell? And is thine heart steeled to such cruelty? For in the conflict that awaits thee now, firmness is not enough. Thou must be ruthless. How shall I bear those eyes whose tender glance knows but too well the way to reach my heart? When I encounter that soul-piercing gaze fixed upon mine, can I resist her tears, or bear in mind the stern behest of duty? How shall I say, see me no more forever? I am about to stab a heart that loves me, beloved by me. And why? At whose command? Mine own, for Rome has not declared her wishes. I hear no cries surging around this palace, nor see the state hanging o'er ruin's brink. Needs it a sacrifice like this to save it? Its voice is silent. I, my own tormentor, rush to meet troubles I may keep at bay. Who knows but Rome, owning the queen's rare virtues, will count her one of her own citizens? Rome, by her choice, may justify my own. I will not court destruction, no, not I. Let Rome against her laws weigh in the balance. Such love as hers, such tears, such constancy, and she will side with me. Open thine eyes. What air is this that thou dost breathe? Can love or fear eradicate the hate of kings that Romans with their mother's milk imbibe? Their sentence against kings condemned thy queen. Hast thou not heard it from thine earliest years? And even in the camp the voice of fame proclaimed thy duty in thine ears once more. When Berenice hither followed thee, Rome did not fail to let thee know her judgment. How often must that judgment be repeated? Coward! Let love prevail, renounce the throne, seek earth's remotest bounds, and, there confined, resign to worthier hands the reins of empire. Is this the end, then, of these glorious projects, which were to enshrine my memory in all hearts? 8 days have I been reigning, until now naught have I done for honour, all for love. What record can I give of time so precious? Where are the boons I led men to expect, the tears that I have dried? the happy eyes wherein I read the fruit of kindly service? How have the burdens of the world been lightened? What span of life to me has been allotted, I know not, and how much of these few days, so long expected, have I lost already? Delay no longer, do what honour bids, and break the only tie.
Scene 5. Berenice, Titus. Berenice coming from her apartment.
Nay, let me go. Your counsel all is vain to keep me back, and I must see him. Ah, my lord, you here? Then it is true Titus abandons me, and we must part? 'Tis he will have it so.
Spare, madam, to o'erwhelm a hapless prince. We must not melt each other's hearts with woe. I am consumed with cruel griefs enough, without the added torture of those tears. Recall that noble spirit which so oft has made me recognize the voice of duty. Yet there is time. Reduce your love to silence, and with an eye cleared from the mists of passion, regard that duty with unflinching courage. Strengthen this heart of mine against yourself. Help me to nerve its weakness, if I can, to keep back tears that will not cease to rise, or, if we cannot staunch these tender springs, let dignity at least support our woes, so that the whole world without blame may mark when weeps an emperor and when weeps a queen. For, after all, my princess, we must part.
Ah, cruel Titus, you repent too late. What have you done? You made me think you loved me, accustomed me to see you with delight, till but for that I lived. You knew your laws, when first you brought me to such fond confession. Why did you let my love grow to this height? Why said you not, poor princess, fix your heart elsewhere, nor let deceitful hopes ensnare it. Give it to one free to accept the gift. You took it gladly. Will you now reject it with cruel scorn, when to your own it clings? How oft did all the world conspire against us? Still there was time. You should have left me then. 1,000 reasons might have soothed my woe. I might have blamed your father for my death, the Senate and the people, all the empire, the whole world, rather than a hand so dear. Their enmity, so long declared against me, had long prepared me to expect misfortune. I did not look, sir, for this cruel blow to fall when hope seemed crowned with happiness. Now, when your love can do whate'er it wishes, when Rome is silent and your father dead, when all the world bends humbly at your knees, when there is nothing left to fear but you.
Yes, it is I who wreak my own destruction. Till now I lived the victim of delusion. My heart refused to look into the future, to think that we might one day have to part. To eager wishes nothing seems too hard, and blinded hope grasps the impossible. Haply I thought to die before your eyes, and so forestall more cruel separation. All opposition made my flame burn brighter. Rome and the empire spoke, but glory's voice not yet had to my heart appealed in tones like those with which it strikes an emperor's ears. I know what torments wait on this resolve. I feel my heart ready to take its flight. I cannot any longer live without you. Come life or death, my duty is to reign.
Be cruel, then, and reign, a slave to glory. I'm ready to submit. Yes, I expected, for trusting you, to hear those lips that swore 1,000 vows of everlasting love confess before mine eyes that they were faithless, and banish me forever from your presence. I wished to hear that sentence from yourself, but I will hear no more. Farewell forever. Forever. Ah, my lord, think how those words, those cruel words, dismay a heart that loves. A year, a month will be to us an age of suffering, when the wide sea rolls between us, and each fresh sun that dawns shall sink in darkness without presenting to the eyes of Titus his Berenice, he unseen by her the livelong day. But how I am deceived! No sorrow feels he at the thought of absence. He will not count the days when I am gone. So long to me, they'll seem too short for him.
There'll not be many I shall have to count. I hope ere long the tidings of my death will bring assurance that I loved you truly. Then you will own that Titus could not live.
Ah, my dear lord, why part if that be so? I speak not now to you of happy marriage. Has Rome condemned me never more to see you? Why grudge to me the self-same air you breathe?
I can't resist you, madam. Stay, I yield, but not without a sense of mine own weakness. Ceaseless must be the conflict and the fears, ceaseless the watch to keep my steps from you, whose charms will ever like a magnet draw me. Ay, at this very instant, love distracts me from memory of all things but itself.
Well, my lord, what ill can come of it? Where see you any sign of Rome's displeasure?
Who knows how they will look on this offence? If they complain, if cries succeed to murmurs, must I shed blood to justify my choice? If they in silence let me break their laws, to what do you expose me? I must purchase their patience at the price of base compliance, with whatsoever else they dare to ask me, too weak to enforce the laws I cannot keep.
You count as nothing Berenice's tears.
I count them nothing. Heavens, what injustice!
Why, then, for unjust laws that you can change, or whelm yourself in ceaseless miseries? Have you no rights, my lord, as well as Rome? Why should you hold her interests more sacred than ours? Come, tell me.
How you rend my heart!
You are the emperor, and yet you weep?
Yes, madam, it is true, with sighs and tears I am unnerved. But when the throne I mounted, Rome made me swear to vindicate her laws, and I must keep them. More than once already, her rulers have been called on to display their constancy in trial. From her birth, those whom she honoured readily obeyed her. See Regulus, who, faithful unto death, returned to Carthage to be slain with tortures. Torquatus dooming his victorious offspring, Brutus with tearless eyes seeing his sons slain by his orders 'neath the lictor's axe. Hard lot was theirs, but patriotic duty has ever won the victory with Romans. I know in leaving you, unhappy Titus attempts what throws their virtues in the shade, a sacrifice surpassing any others. But think you, after all, I am unworthy to leave a posterity a high example, which those who follow will be tasked to equal?
No. To your cruel heart I deem it easy. Worthy are you to rob me of my life. The veil is torn aside, I read your heart. I will not ask you more to let me stay, me, who had willingly endured the shame of ridicule and scorn from those who hate me. I wished to drive you to this harsh refusal. 'Tis done, and soon you'll have no more to fear me. Think not that I shall vent my wrongs in fury, or call on heaven to punish perjury. No. If a wretch's tears still move the gods, I pray them to forget the pangs I suffer. If, ere I die, victim of your injustice, I cherish any wish to leave behind me avengers of poor Berenice's death, I need but seek them in your cruel heart. Remorse will dwell there, all my love recalling. Paint my past kindness and my present anguish. Show you my blood staining your royal palace, and haunt you with abiding memories. I have made every effort to dissuade you. 'Tis vain. To your own heart I trust for vengeance. Farewell.
Scene 6. Titus, Paulinus.
What seemed her purpose when she left you? Is she disposed, my lord, to go away?
I am undone, Paulinus. She is bent on self-destruction. How should I survive it? Haste, let us follow her.
Did you not order just now that all her movements should be watched? Her women are not backward in their duty, and they will turn her from these gloomy thoughts. Fear nothing. This is her last throw, my lord. With perseverance, victory is yours. I know you could not hear her without pity. I was myself affected at the sight. But take a wider and more distant view. Think how a moment's pain will lead to glory, with what applause the universe will ring, ranked into the future.
No, I am a monster. I hate myself. Nero, by all detested, ne'er reached a depth of cruelty like this. I will not let poor Berenice die. Come, let us go, and Rome say what she will.
My lord.
I know not what I say, Paulinus. Excess of sorrow overpowers my senses.
Soil not the current of your pure renown. The news, already spread of your farewell, makes Rome exchange her sighs for shouts of triumph. In all her temples fumes of incense rise for you. Your virtues to the skies are lauded, and everywhere your statues crowned with bays.
Ah, Rome! Ah, Berenice! Woe is me, that I should be an emperor and a lover.
Scene 7. Titus, Antiochus, Paulinus, Arsaces.
What have you done, my lord? The lovely queen lies in Phoenicia's arms, death hovering over her. Deaf to our tears, to counsel, and to reason, she cries aloud for daggers or for poison. You alone can tear that longing from her, for when they breathe your name, her life comes back. Her eyes are ever turned to your apartments, as though they looked to see you every moment. The sight is more than I can bear, it kills me. Go, show yourself to her. Why tarry longer? Save to the world such virtue and such beauty, or waive all title to humanity. Speak but one word.
Alas, what can I say? I scarcely know if I'm alive or dead.
Scene 8. Titus, Antiochus, Paulinus, Arsaces, Rutilus.
My lord, the Senate, consuls, all the tribunes seek audience of you in the name of Rome. With them a multitude, full of impatience, throng your apartments and await your presence.
Great gods, ye thus would reassure my heart, distracted as ye see, till like to break.
Come, sire, let us pass to the next chamber. There see the Senate.
Haste, sir, to the queen.
Nay, treat them not with such indignity, nor trample on the majesty of Rome, whose envoys—
'Tis enough. Yes, I will see them.
To Antiochus.
Prince, 'tis a duty that I cannot shun. Go to the queen. I hope on my return she will no longer need to doubt my love.
End of Act 4. Act 5 of Berenice by Jean Racine. Translated by Robert Bruce Boswell. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Act 5, Scene 1, Arsaces.
Where shall I find this prince of peerless faith? May heaven conduct my steps and aid my zeal. Grant me this moment to announce to him a happiness which he had ceased to hope for.
Scene 2, Antiochus Arsaces.
Ah, what good fortune sends you hither, sire?
If my return can bring you any joy, it is to my despair your thanks are due.
My lord, the queen goes hence.
She goes?
Tonight. Her orders have been given. She is offended that Titus leaves her to her cheers so long. Her passion has cooled down to proud displeasure. Rome and the emperor she alike denounces, and wishes to be gone ere Rome can learn her trouble and rejoice to see her flight. She writes to Caesar.
Heaven, who'd have thought it? And Titus?
Has not met her eyes again. The multitude in transport press around him, shouting his praises and the names of honour the Senate have conferred, and these loud plaudits, these titles, and these tokens of respect to Titus seem so many binding pledges, linked in a chain to fix his wavering will, despite his sighs and Berenice's tears. I think he will not see her more. All's over.
I feel fresh hope. I own it, Arsaces. But cruel fate has oft times played me false, and mocked me with such bitter disappointments, that 'tis with fear and trembling that I hear you. Evil forebodings mingle with my joy, and make me dread the turn of fortune's wheel. But who is this? Titus is coming hither. With what intent?
Scene 3, Titus, Antiochus, Arsaces. Titus to his attendants.
Stay, let none follow me.
To Antiochus.
I come at last, Prince, to redeem my promise. The Queen's distress engrosses all my thoughts. Her tears and yours have pierced me to the heart. I come to calm sorrows than mine less cruel. Come, Prince, I would that you yourself should see for the last time if I love Berenice.
Scene 4, Antiochus Arsaces.
Thus ends the hope, then, that you came to offer. You see the triumph that awaited me. Justly incensed was Berenice leaving, for Titus had refused to see her more. Great gods! What have I done that such misfortune is destined to pursue me all my life? My days are passed in constant quick transition from fear to hope, from hope to wild despair. Yet still I breathe. Oh, Berenice! Titus! Ah, cruel gods! You shall no longer mock me.
Scene 5, Titus, Berenice, Phoenice.
Nay, I'll hear nothing. I am quite resolved. I mean to go. Why show yourself before me? Why come you to embitter hopeless sorrow? Are you not yet content? No more I'll see you.
Pray hear me.
No, the time is past.
Dear madam, one word.
Not one.
Into what grief she casts me! Whence comes, my princess, this so sudden change?
You said you wished me to depart tomorrow. I am determined to depart this moment. The die is cast. I go.
Stay.
Why, forsooth? To hear myself insulted everywhere? My trouble made the theme of every tongue? Can you not hear their cries of cruel joy, while I am drowned in tears of lonely sorrow? What have I done to make myself so hated? No crime I know, save loving you too much.
Why heed the malice of a senseless mob?
Naught see I here, but sights that wound mine eyes. This chamber furnished by your thoughtful care, These walls so long the witness of my love, all seemed to pledge that yours would last forever. These garlands, where our names close linked together meet my sad gaze whene'er I look around, are more than I can bear, smiling impostors. Venus, let us go.
Heavens, how unjust!
Return to that august assembly which welcomes with applause your cruelty. Say, did their praises gratify your ear? Was your fierce thirst for glory fully slaked? Confess that you have promised to forget me. But that would not suffice to seal repentance. Have you not sworn an everlasting hatred?
Nay, I have promised nothing. Hatred, say you? How can I e'er forget my Berenice? Gods, what a bitter moment thus to feel, crushed 'neath the weight of her unjust suspicion. Ah, you should know me better. Count the hours, the days I spent these 5 years past, in telling my heart's desires with passion that outran your own, and fervent sighs when words were dumb. This day surpasses all. Ne'er, I protest, were you beloved with so much tenderness, aye, and for ever.
You maintain you love me. Yet I'm departing, and by your command. Find you such charms, my lord, in my despair? Fear you that these mine eyes shed tears too few? What boots it that your heart returns so late? For pity's sake, at least, show me less love. Recall not an idea too fondly cherished. Let me go hence, persuaded that, already banished in secret from your soul, I leave a wretch who loses me without regret.
Titus reads a letter.
The letter you have seized I had just written. There you may read all that of you I ask, and of your love. Read it, and let me go.
Nay, that you never shall with my consent. What? This departure then was but a scheme, veiling more cruel purpose? You would die? So should there but remain sad memories of all I love. Go, call Antiochus.
Berenice sinks upon a seat. Scene 6. Titus, Berenice.
Madam, a true confession I must make, whilst my mind brooded on that dreaded moment, when, in obedience to stern laws of duty, I should be forced to see your face no longer, when I foresaw that sad farewell approaching, contending fears in me from you rebuke of tearful eyes, I armed my soul to suffer all that affliction most intense could bring me. But I must own that e'en my worst forebodings fell short, far short of the reality. I thought my courage was less prone to yield, and feel with shame how feeble was its strength. Before mine eyes I saw all Rome assembled. The Senate spoke, but my distracted soul heard without comprehending, and in silence, as cold as ice, I met their warmest greetings. Rome knows not yet what destiny awaits you. I scarcely know myself if, at this moment, I am an emperor, or e'en a Roman. Uncertain of my purpose, I am come, drawn hither by my love, where, peradventure, self-consciousness may to my soul return. What have I found? Death pictured in your eyes. In search of death I see you mean to leave me. At this sad prospect I'm o'erwhelmed with anguish. The devastating flood has reached its height. The worst that man can feel 'tis mine to suffer. Nay, not the worst. I see a way of rescue, yet hope not for a refuge from these terrors. in happy wedlock that may dry these tears, though sore the straits to which I am reduced, glory asserts inexorable claims, and evermore reminds me that our marriage is incompatible with sovereignty, that, after all the fame I sought and won, 'tis less than ever meet that I should wed you, that I, dear madam, should declare me ready for you the throne of empire to resign, to follow you, and, going, hug my chains, to breathe forth amorous sighs in realms remote. You would yourself blush at such feeble conduct, and see with shame an emperor so unworthy as humbly to attach himself to you, forfeit his crown, and make himself a mark for all men's scorn. To escape my present torments, there is, you may know it well, a nobler way. Many a hero, many a son of Rome has shown me, madam, how to tread that path. When constant woes have wearied out their patience, fate's ceaseless persecution has to them seemed like a secret order from on high, no longer to resist. If still your tears reproach me when I look on Berenice, if I behold you still resolved to die, if I must ever tremble for your life, unless your solemn oath this fear removes, you will have other tears to shed ere long. My present strait prompts me to desperate deeds, nor can I answer for it that my hand may not with blood seal our last sad farewell.
Alas!
What is there that I dare not do? See how my fate rests wholly in your hands. Ponder it well, and if I still am dear...
Scene 7. Titus, Berenice, Antiochus.
You're welcome, Prince, I sent to bid you come, be witness of the weakness of my heart. Judge whether with too little tenderness it loves.
I doubt it not. I know you both. Know in your turn what misery is mine. You, sire, have honoured me with your regard, and I can here assure you, without falsehood, I have competed with your dearest friends, and shed my blood to hold the foremost place. The Queen and you, my lord, have both confided your mutual love to me against my will. She hears me, and can say if I speak truth. She ever saw me eager in your praises. Well, I responded to your confidence. You owe me thanks, aye, more than you suppose, for little you imagine at this moment that such a faithful friend was yet your rival.
My rival?
Listen to my explanation. This heart has ever worshipped Berenice. 100 times I struggled to forget her, in vain, but not in vain to make my love seem dead. When I was flattered with the signs of change in you, new hopes within me rose. But Berenice's tears those hopes have quenched. With weeping eyes she begged that she might see you, and, as you know, I summoned you myself. You have returned to her, beloved and loving. The breach between you healed, I cannot doubt it. In final consultation with my heart, I have resolved to test its utmost courage, and reason has resumed her sovereign sway. I never loved her more than at this moment, but one strong effort may effect my freedom. To death I fly for succour, which alone can burst my bonds. This is what I desired to tell you. I recalled him to you, madam, nor do I now repent what I have done. May heaven pour forth its blessings into rich store on all your future years, linked each to other by happiness. Or, if its wrath still threatens a life so precious, I implore the gods to turn it all on this devoted head, and consummate my sacrifice for you.
Berenice, rising.
Cease, princes, cease. This generosity is more than I can bear, and drives me mad. Where'er I look, whether on you or him, I meet the very image of despair. eyes full of tears, and lips that utter naught but words of horror and impending bloodshed.
To Titus.
My lord, you know my heart, and I am bold to say I never sighed to be an empress. Rome's grandeur and the purple of her Caesars could not attract the gaze of Berenice. My love was all for you. Your love alone, my heart's desire. And when I thought today that I had lost it, 'twas with wild alarm. I know my error now. You never ceased to love me. I have seen your deep emotion. Your heart is troubled more than I deserve. Let not your love eclipse the world's delight, nor rob her of yourself just at the time when the first taste of your transcendent virtues allures her hopes. For 5 years I have wished to prove to you how faithful is my love. Now must a crowning effort seal devotion. Your will shall be obeyed, and I will live. Reign, noble Caesar! Berenice bids adieu to you forever.
To Antiochus.
Prince, this parting may well convince you that no other passion, though far I go from Rome, can e'er supplant my love for Titus. Do as we have done. In generous self-conquest vie with us who tear asunder our united hearts. Live, and, if sigh you must, let it be far from Berenice. Fare you well. We 3 shall offer to the world the saddest instant in history's page of fond affections blighted. My bark is ready. Do not follow me.
To Titus.
For the last time. Farewell, my lord.
Alas!
End of Act 5. End of Berenice by Jean Racine. Translated by Robert Bruce Boswell.